Today I'm going to interview Lee Romanov, a self-made internet millionaire who will give you tips on how to become a millionaire on the internet yourself. If you're interested in having Lee build you a website that can make you lots of money, I've put the link in the description, whether this is the podcast you're listening to or you're watching this on YouTube. It is in the description. And also you can go to joshgotit.com, which is a little website that she made for me, and you can put your email in there, and I can connect you with her, and also maybe I'll start a newsletter on how to make money and stuff. We'll see. And the link to that is in the description as well. And just so you know, the actual interview with her starts at 10 minutes. So if you want, you can fast forward right to that, because right now I'm going to talk for about 10 minutes where I describe who Lee is and how I know her. So you're welcome to listen to this, or fast forward. I won't be insulted, but mostly because I just won't know that you did it. Like if I did know that you did it, like if I was looking over your shoulder and I saw you like fast forward, then I might be insulted, but I'm not watching you, so you can do whatever you want. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Josh Rackless. Until I come up with a better name for myself, I'm trying to come up with a cool stage name. And this show is called Celebrity Josh, until I come up with a new name for the show. Actually, that's sort of my stage name too, but I think I'm done with Celebrity Josh, but I don't have another idea yet. So this is currently Celebrity Josh with your host, Josh Rackless, or Celebrity Josh, however you want to call me. Anyway, this is a bit of a flashback, or what would you call it? Well, anyways, it's an old show. This is a new introduction that I'm recording on October 25th, 2020, but the actual interview was recorded on October 24th, 2019. So that makes it even more than a year now, like a year and a day. So at least you'll know why there are no references to the COVID-19 pandemic in the interview. But the internet is still pretty much the same, so I think all the information will apply. I could have just posted the interview with no introduction, but I didn't really give an introduction in the interview. I'm not even sure what I thought I was going to do with the interview. I just recorded it with her. I didn't even record it. She recorded it, apparently, because you can hear on the thing that she says, I'm going to record now, although I guess I probably asked her if we could record the chat. Anyways, let me just tell you about her so that you know who I'm talking to. You can also read about her at the special link to her website in the description of this show, but here's the story about how I know her. Back in 2014, I was running for Toronto mayor for the first time, and I know the exact date that I met her because I just Googled Toronto mayoral candidate Josh Rackless interviewed by Duck. There was a puppeteer running as a duck puppet, and the duck interviewed me at a party for fringe mayoral candidates, such as myself. And at some point, Lee was leaving. I hadn't talked to her yet, but we started talking as she was on her way out. And I must have mentioned that I was trying to build a website, and she's like, oh, I build websites. Let's meet and talk about it another time. And I wound up meeting her for coffee. And, okay, so it turns out, here's her thing. She made millions of dollars with a website a long time ago that gave referrals to car insurance companies. Like people would visit this website, I think it was called Car Karma, and they would ask for quotes to compare car insurance quotes, and they would put in their information, and then car insurance companies would pay her for these referrals because these people would get referred to the car insurance companies. And she made a lot of money from that website. And then eventually, I think the Toronto Star company, Torstar, bought the website for, I don't know, at least $1 million or maybe a few $1 million, something like that. So she became a millionaire, and then she decided to share her knowledge with the public in the form of building people websites with all the tools that she invented so people can make money from websites like she did. So I paid her to build me a website. Here's how I came up with the name for it. When we met for coffee, I was talking about what name do I use? I think at the time some guy had stolen my domain name, joshrackless.com. I didn't really know how to buy domain names at the time, and I let it expire. And then some guy in, where did he live? West Sumatra. And he was using my domain name, making a fake. He was posting weird stuff on it. At first it was children's furniture, and then he started posting entertainment news, not even news, just links to bootleg movies or something. And then he kept renewing it. I kept hoping, it's going to expire at some point, but then every year he would renew it, and I'm like, why? Why is he paying to renew it? He must be making some money from it. And how's he doing it? I've never made money from my own website. Which I don't know if I went into it with Lee, but I guess it kind of ties into the whole thing. How do you make money from websites? Anyway, so at the time, I think I bought joshrackless.today because I thought, that's a good alternative, and that's actually kind of cool. Instead of just joshrackless.com, my show was Josh Rackless Today, and so it was joshrackless.today. But that's kind of a hard domain name. Like, one thing I learned about domain names is that if you have a .today extension or something complicated like that, it doesn't automatically become a link if you type it in. Like, if you type joshrackless.com on Facebook, it's automatically clickable. But with .today, I had to type http:// every time I wanted it to be clickable. So that was a pain. But also, Josh Rackless is hard to spell, whether it's .com or .today. And I told her that I had a name, Celebrity Josh, that I'd been using because I came up with it years ago for a work project that another creative team at the ad agency I worked at asked me to do. They said, hey, be a celebrity hunter and make a web series trying to get people to try this popcorn. And I came up with the name Celebrity Josh for it. And maybe I owned celebrityjosh.com at this point, or maybe I bought it because she said she liked the name. Anyway, so I had celebrityjosh.com, and she made me a website, and I still didn't really know what to do with it. I wound up not really posting on it, and then I guess I let it expire. But I sort of kept in touch with her. Like, I was briefly dating this girl who was a veterinarian, and I took her to a party that Lee was having once, and it was in a house in the beaches area of Toronto, and it was literally on the water. It was like a 3 or 4 story house, like a big cube or something that floated on the water attached to a dock. Like, it was so cool. I'd never seen anything like it. And so I remembered her lavish millionaire lifestyle. And then a year ago, in 2019, I was considering selling my condo so that I could be free to travel the world and be a digital nomad and interview people in coffee shops around the world. And I thought, well, okay, is this the right thing to do? Should I sell my condo? And I called Lee because, like, she's my rich friend and she has all the money. So I'm like, okay, well, what is she doing with her life? You know, she can afford to do anything. And she told me she sold the house in Toronto and she moved to LA and bought a nice RV and lives in a fancy trailer park where Hollywood stars also live. And she loves having the freedom to just drive it up to Vancouver or drive it down to Mexico. And I was like, okay, well, if even my rich friend who can do anything sold her house. Like, 'cause I was like, do you sell a condo? Like, once you own something, should you ever sell it? But no, she sold it and she wanted to go to LA and she likes to travel and she's doing all this stuff. So I thought, okay, well, that gives me permission to sell the condo. I'm going to be like Lee. I'm going to live free and do cool stuff. And, well, that's about it. I sold the condo. And then I wound up staying in hotels in Toronto and Ottawa because I wasn't really ready to travel yet. I told myself, no, I got to get my YouTube going first. Well, first I got to go through my bag of receipts and papers, and then I got to do my taxes from the previous year, and then I got to get my YouTube show going, and then I'll travel. But, I mean, I guess I could have done my work from a hotel anywhere, but I wound up being in hotels in Toronto and Ottawa, and that was probably pretty stupid because soon the pandemic started, and then I couldn't go anywhere. So, we know exactly when this was, October 24th, I was visiting my parents in Ottawa, and I decided, okay, I need to talk to Lee again. Like, I need to figure out what she does and how I can make millions of dollars too. So she agreed to do a Skype call with me and record it. And so that's what I'm going to play for you now. We discuss, I guess, how she makes money online, and then I also told her lots of ways that I haven't made money online. And this actually gave us a good idea for a subsequent interview that we did a week later, where I made a list of all the ways I haven't made money online. But that will be the next episode. For now, I'm going to play you the discussion we had on October 24th. She was in Los Angeles, I was in Ottawa, sitting on my parents' couch in the living room, and we were talking on Skype, although she didn't want to be on camera, and so I wasn't on camera, so it's just audio, but this is a podcast you're listening to, so that's fine. But also I'm posting this on YouTube, and, well, this is why you can't see me. Well, for the discussion, you can't see me because it was just an audio call. And then for this introduction, I decided I was going to record this introduction for the podcast as audio, and then I thought, okay, you know what, I'll film myself afterwards doing like a little video introduction for YouTube, but this has already gone for 8 minutes, and I don't want to do this all again on video, so I think I'll just paste this in as audio on YouTube as well. All right, here's our discussion, and if you make millions of dollars from the information you get here, I will gladly accept some tips as thanks. Oh, and just so you know, if you want some information from her on her building you a website that can make you money, I will put the link in the description, like in the podcast description or in the description underneath the YouTube video. Oh, and here's a fun thing. After the second interview, so that's the next episode, what happened was she actually made me another website, and she decided the name would be joshgotit.com. joshgotit.com, joshgotit.com. And she just built that, like, in, I don't know, very quickly. And she took some pictures of me off the internet and stuff and whipped it all together on her own. So that's very cool. And if you put in your information there, I think I'm going to start some kind of newsletter on how to make money or something. But I'll also send you information about Lee's system so you can learn about getting one of her websites. I'll connect you with her if you put in your information there. I'll put the link to Josh Got It in the description. Okay, here's the interview.
And I'm recording this so you know.
Okay.
So you can swear all you want.
Okay.
Okay, so affiliates. You signed up for dozens of affiliates. I got 1 million links. What does this mean? Give me the short version of this.
Well, no, if you sign up for these affiliate sites like, where are they here? Flex Offers or CJ Affiliates, they've got, millions of companies use that website to do their affiliate thing. So you can click, I'll apply to be an affiliate for Booking.com. I'll apply for this car rental company. I'll apply for this credit card. So then, so I've been approved for like dozens of these, and so I can make links for all of them. But then I've just stuck hundreds of links on my resources page, so it's not really a focused way to do it. Nobody's going to go to my website and randomly be clicking on all these different things.
Buying a Ford, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to just buy a Ford through this guy that's called Celebrity Josh.
Yeah.
Or the mother's going to say, I'm just going to buy this baby carriage through Celebrity Josh because he knows so much about baby carriages.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, buy this baby carriage, take this student vacation in Aruba, take this, buy this diamond ring.
Clear my credit score.
Yeah, exactly. I've got apps to check your credit. What else? I mean, I could even go look at my page. I don't like so many of these things I get approved, and then I've still got a folder called affiliate links to make links for, like, because I make a custom link with my Celebrity Josh website, but I've got like dozens of these things that I haven't even made the link for because there's just too many. So I don't think any of that makes sense. You probably have to focus on things that your readers or people would care about. But the problem is I don't have a specific topic that I talk about. So I just thought, I'll just throw everything out there.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever walked into those stores where there's so much stuff you just have to look and you walk right out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and how long does it take to create a customized link and to sign that up and to do all that? Like, it's got to take at least 15 minutes to a half an hour per link, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to apply and then sometimes tell them what your website's about, and then it's not immediate. So then they think about it for a week, and then you get approved, and then I get emailed. So I got to go back into the site, and then I got to find their links, and then make a custom link out of that, and then post it on my website or whatever I'm planning to do with it. So it just, it takes a long time, and that's why I've got a backlog of all these companies that I haven't even made links for yet.
Yeah, because you've never really made any money from any of those links anyway, have you?
No, nothing. And I mean, it looks like there's ways to do it. Like there's a dentist one where people get like a $50 gift card if they book a dentist through your link. And then, so a lot of people, it looks like they get their affiliate link because you get $50 if they sign up or something like that. And then, so people buy Facebook ads saying, hey, I got my gift card for going to the dentist. So I imagine some people must be making money from this. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, I guess if it was that easy, I would do it myself. I don't know. And then a lot of people, there's like a bank that gives you $50 and gives them $50 if they sign up for a bank account with the link. So a lot of people seem to be
my brother tried to do that. That was pretty hilarious.
Who did?
Yeah, my other brother, Daryl. He tried to do that, and then I had other people come up to me, because that was a big phase at one point, and I didn't know anybody that actually got that $50 ever.
Because it looks like if you Google the bank, then people have bought Google they make their own websites with just the code on there. So if you're Googling like bank code, you'll find it. And I figured, oh my God, these people must be making so much money. I don't know, but if you even got 1,000 people, that would be $50,000 supposedly. But I don't know if it's working for anyone.
Yeah, I know exactly. I think well, again, 1% might close, So you would have to get how many, like, you need about 3,000 people a day, and 1%. It's just not even. People can't get those kind of numbers on their website platform to
Right.
actually have that conversion of 1%. You'll notice that people from the internet gurus, self-proclaimed internet gurus, I call them, but they do know that 1% of your traffic will buy. So you just work that back. How many people? Yeah, I'll just get 2 people to my website, and 1% would be how many people? No.
Yeah.
So
I guess if you got a million people,
yeah,
1% would be 10,000 or something.
yeah, a million, and you can't get a million people to your website. So back it up, back it up.
Yeah.
People get maybe, like, good people get maybe 100 a day,
Yeah.
maybe, you know. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's a losing proposition. I know that, based on the 1% sales. Stocks. Tell me about stocks.
Oh, well, I mean, that's um, just over the years, I signed up for a brokerage account and I've tried buying stocks. A friend showed me years ago how to open an account, and then I'm like, oh, I should sell the mutual funds I bought as a kid, and I should be trading stocks myself. But I've just had sort of a negative 70% return over the years, and then
I've lost a lot of money on Bitcoin, that's for sure.
Bitcoin, yeah.
That a lot of money on Bitcoin. It's just, again, it's hype. And if you're not at the top of the pyramid taking people's money, then you're not going to be making that much money. That's my take on this.
Well, that must be it, because I mean, even these, and I've lucked out a couple of times where I've turned 70,000 into a million, but I didn't sell and it went back down. I'm like, oh my God, I should have held on to that million for sure. But even all these gurus like Timothy Sykes, or these people who claim, like, his thing is that turned $12,000 into like his $12,000 bar mitzvah money, he turned into $5 million, but he's still spending all his time teaching these courses, and you go to his site and you sign up for his class for $197. So I mean, if he had so much money from trading, why is he still spending all his time teaching it? I mean, I guess it's another way to make guaranteed income, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it seems like the thing to do is to sell the classes. That's what everyone's
Yeah.
doing.
Well, that's the thing. They've got a good story. I mean, people that like, I made a bunch of money. I made a couple $1 million from the sale, but I reinvested that into the website platform for people.
Right.
So, and how much does a house cost? If they buy a house, all of a sudden they're finding that they're going to need to, still generate revenue if they want to now keep their lifestyle the way they've just escalated their lifestyle. Unfortunately, a lot of these gurus can't reproduce how they made money if they made it outside of selling things to people. It seems, I think they made their great money, but they can't reproduce whatever they did to make their great money. Like, I can't see him taking $12,000 again and making 5 million.
Yeah, I guess because if he could do that, he would just do it again.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's teaching how to do that, and you're just kind of scratching your head saying, what?
Yeah, and that's the problem. And I think I mean, even when I made my 70,000 into a million, I lucked out with 2 trades. I bought some stock at 50 cents. It went up to $2, and then I had to sell that because I was overdrawn. And then I bought another stock at 27 cents that went up to 97 cents briefly. But now I realize how hard that is to do. I was very lucky, but normally if you take a lot of money and you put into stock, the stock will drop. So I don't even know if there's a lesson in there. It's kind of like I lucked out and I didn't realize how rare that was. So, and it might be the same for him.
Yeah, and at least you're not saying, okay, well, look, I'm going to create a course and tell you how to take, 70 cents and make it millions of dollars, and just buy my course. And, I mean, your book would be, well, you can luck out on anything,
Yeah, maybe that's what it'll be. You can luck it on anything. That's my book.
Yeah. So that's what I see a lot of the irony. They have one thing that they lucked out on, and it's like 1,000,000 to 1 shot, and all of a sudden they're just like, holy cow, I can now create another totally separate revenue stream and promote that on how to make money, but it would never happen. It never would really happen to anybody. In fact, even the thing I'm promoting right now, I can't make millions on, other than taking your money. And that's, now we're trying to get, now we're seeing, through the fog and through the smoke a little bit, because that was a really good exposure. You said on websites, I built a WordPress website for my blog. I have a lot of tech problems with it, and it doesn't make money. Yeah, well, WordPress doesn't have any revenue strategies. You'll notice that a lot of the website platforms, they say, make a statement on the web, get your presence on the web, but you can make a statement and you can get a presence, but so what? It's all based on revenue. And here's what I find: most people create their website, they take forever to create their website, and then promotion is kind of not there. But then everybody keeps on getting brainwashed saying, well, just use Facebook to promote your website. So now you're promoting everything on Facebook. You're directing all your traffic to Facebook. Facebook is making a ton of money, and your website is still not making any money. So all these big, social media platforms like YouTube, put your stuff on YouTube. YouTube's making money from it. You're still trying to get people to your website. And when you get people to your website, like with WordPress or Wix or GoDaddy, you don't have any revenue streams anyway, other than your random affiliate links, which again goes back to the 1% rule. So it's a bit of a lost leader there, but we'll come back to the websites, because at least with the Income Activator website, you start saying, okay, this is my revenue stream. You have to establish a revenue stream. If you don't establish a revenue stream with Income Activator, there's no point in getting the website platform, because it's all about focusing on revenue. And it gives you, substantial revenue streams, but once you decide on a revenue stream, that's where you turn the table and say, okay, all my marketing is going to that revenue stream, and I'm turning it on. And if it doesn't work, I will know in a very short while if it's working. And if it's working, then it's a numbers game. Then it's just a numbers game. When I sent leads to insurance companies, I started through a touch tone telephone service, and I was making about $3,000 a month. They were going through the 900 number. I was actually the only legitimate 900 number person in North America, like not selling weird stuff.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was making about $3,000 a month from, people punching in their car insurance information on 900 numbers. And then when I started my website, the first month I made $300. And I thought, you know what? I did a lot of work doing this 900 number. The website platform, sending leads, I did no work. I could live off $300 if I'm not doing any work. Yeah. So I shut all my real business, my touch tone telephone business down. And then I just focused on promoting, the insurance hotline, because I knew now it's just a numbers game. And it's a numbers game that converted at 40%. So I knew my numbers, and I knew what I had to do, and I knew the conversion, and I knew the revenue stream, and that's how I focused on things. So let's go on to promoting web hosting companies. Where were you talking about that?
That was just because if you have a regular WordPress.com site that's like the free site, you can't put ads on it. So I'm like, okay, I gotta have a self-hosted website using the WordPress language, but you got to pay for a web host to have it hosted online. And I thought, well, I don't want to pay whatever it is, $10-20 a month. I should, because I'm a famous celebrity, I do social media, I should find one of these companies that'll sponsor me with hosting. So I think I got SiteGround to pay for it for a while, for a year, and then I switched over to, because a friend of mine was working at a place called HostPapa. So I got them to say they'd sponsor me, basically give me free hosting. So it's not worth a lot. It's worth maybe $100 a year. Um,
Yeah.
and it's on the condition that okay, you'll put ads for HostPapa on your site. You'll tell people to use HostPapa. You'll mention it in your YouTube videos. And I guess maybe because I don't have a regular YouTube show or anything right now, I haven't really converted anything, and people probably aren't clicking on my website. Go, oh, I need web hosting services. Like it's such a specialized thing to order web hosting that I don't even know if I know anyone who's looking for that. So it's not like I've got a fan base of that kind of thing. And so it's a lot of pressure for me to be like, oh, every year they say, okay, it's expired. I'm like, can you give me one more year? I'm really going to ramp things up this year. Um, and then I got to put the ads on, and it's just, yeah, it's kind of stressful. It'd almost be better just to pay for hosting, I guess, because I don't know how to get anybody to sign up. Like it would be good money if people did. I think I'd get like, I don't know what, $50 or something, or maybe 100 actually, or 200 if somebody signed up for a year or 3 years of hosting or something. But but I don't even know personally who those people would be that are looking for hosting and have no idea who to use, and they're going to click my link and use it. I mean, especially since I'm not really making money from my own website, or my own website is just kind of a blog where I occasionally post articles that I was in or something. So yeah, it's hard. Like everybody I know who's like wanting to make money online or whatever, like I don't think they even they're not looking for a web host at that point. They're wondering who will build them a website, or maybe they'll use Wix or something like that.
Yeah, Wix is for kids, by the way.
Yeah.
It started off as a kids website for school children so
Ah.
that it would not be found online.
Ah,
Yeah, because the SEO sucks. So,
right.
but it's a really easy website to put together. So you have a pretty little website, that you might as well hang on your bathroom wall because it's, again, pretty, but it doesn't make you any money. Let's go to Amazon affiliate. What's your experience there?
I mean, people say it's a good thing to do. Like you'd be partnering with the biggest company in the world, and if you're going to be an affiliate, it's good to be with Amazon because most people already have their credit cards with them. They trust the company, and that's the problem with a lot of my other affiliates. It's like, who is this jewelry store? Who is this car rental place? Like, are they going to click on it and sign up and all of that? But Amazon, at least people buy stuff on Amazon. And if you can even get them to click on your link and then they're buying something else, at least you're getting a little piece of something. So it took me, yeah. So I guess every now and then I would apply and I'd get accepted to be an Amazon affiliate. But then after 3 months, if you haven't made 3 sales, then they just take it down. So that happened a few times. I would just have the site go down. I'd have to reapply. And then finally, I sort of decided, okay, I got to make some sales here. Let me find some people who are going to buy some stuff, or let me promote it on my page. So I got my 3 sales. But now I just got another email saying, hey, nobody's visiting your page. We're going to take it down. So you do need to have enough traffic. So sometimes I'll do things like if I see people looking for things, I'll make an affiliate link for them, or I'll try to find specific groups to post about things. But it's a lot of work, and I think I finally got some money from them after like 2 or 3 years, like maybe $100. Like it's, so again, it's not really worth all the time I put into it. And then in addition to Amazon affiliate, I got approved to be an Amazon influencer, which means I get my own page with a custom name, Celebrity Josh, and I can post my own product recommendations on there, including the T-shirt I designed. But yeah, again, are people going to my page and going, oh, he likes this book, or he likes this chair or whatever? I don't know. It's hard to figure that out. And then I got approved as an Amazon merch person so that I could submit logos or my logo or design for T-shirts. So now I've got my T-shirts on there, but it's not available in Canada. You can only sell these things in the US, and yeah, nobody's bought my shirt through there either. So I'm a member of 3 different Amazon selling things, but still
No sales, really.
no. And I'm sure some people do make money from these kinds of things. I guess if you're a big YouTuber and you tell people, hey, check this out, you could get enough of a thing. But I don't know the secret. Again, it's one of these other things that, okay, I've done it, and oh, look, I made a penny or something. Like, it's very exciting if I check my list and I see I got a few clicks or I made $1. But so it's psychologically satisfying, but it's like the same like going to a casino. Oh, look, I won $2, but it doesn't really it doesn't even cover the bus fare to get there or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about Instagram, because that's people thinking Instagram is the next holy grail. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, my
Seeing
family keeps
yeah.
my family keeps saying, "Oh, why do you spend all your time posting in your Instagram story all day, telling everybody what you did, what you ate for lunch?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to build a brand. I'm going to build my followers." But there isn't really a way. I mean, I don't know, unless you're somebody huge like whoever the Kardashian is, that it has 1 billion followers and she's got her own store, and then people see her stuff. Like if you have something to sell, I guess you could use it. Although for most people, unless you have enough followers or something, you can't even put shopping links on your site, so that you only put one link on Instagram, and I guess that goes somewhere. So I don't know, a lot of these influencers will put a code saying get 15% off at this clothing store with my thing, with my promotion code, and maybe people do that. I mean, it's a way of trying to monetize it, but I've been on there for years. I finally got like 4,300 followers, but I mean,
It's
I
so
wouldn't even know how to make money on there, so I certainly haven't. I just keep hoping that, I mean, maybe, I guess if you get to the point where you have 10,000 or 100,000 or 1 million followers, maybe sponsors will contact you and then they'll say, hey, can you put a picture of our product and we'll give you $500, or like somebody like a Kardashian probably gets paid like 10,000 or 1 million or who knows what to post something. But for a regular person like me, I don't know.
yeah, and you can't really you can't link somebody you can't put affiliate links up there, so that kind of
No.
sucks.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't even know
so
what.
weird, so
Yeah.
weird. YouTube monetization.
Uh,
For a few years I monetized on YouTube, but only made $10 a month. Talk to me about this, because I keep running into people that saying, "Oh yeah, well we can put ads on YouTube," and I say, you know what, YouTube will let some channels put ads on, but you first need to be approved, and then they can demonetize you just in an instant. And the other thing that they do, which is completely, in my mind, evil, is that they can delete your subscribers, not email your subscribers when your next YouTube video
yeah,
comes up.
yeah, Philip DeFranco, he's a big YouTuber that I watch a lot, does a daily news show. He talks a lot about that. Like if he says anything controversial, the video gets demonetized, or um, yeah, a lot of times he's like, "Oh, it looks like the alerts are off, or you guys didn't get the notice about that video. So if you could click to see yesterday's show, please do that." So even he's having trouble, and he's one of the top YouTubers. Um, and even these big channels that talk about how to make money on YouTube, they admit that YouTube ads are a very small part of their income. Like it's not bad. They'll make a few $100 or something a month, but it's just sort of bonus money, and the only way they can really make money is to have their own products to sell. So they'll be like, here's my book about 10 things to do with your kids on the weekend, or here's a T-shirt I'm selling. Like that's why even Phil
Yeah.
DeFranco is always selling his own. He started his own company selling uh, like hair gel and products like that. Um, and yeah, so there was a guy in Toronto that I met at a YouTube space event, and he says he gets a few million views for his Star Wars videos that take him 2 months to make. And I was like, well, how much money are you making? And he's like, oh, maybe about like 3,000 a month. It was something kind of that didn't sound bad, and it sounded like, okay, you spend a month making a video, $3,000 is kind of good. It's like a regular job,
Hmm.
but that's spending an entire month on a video and then really lucking out that you've got a few million views. Like so even
Yeah.
millions of views is sort of basic income. It's not like, oh, you're a millionaire because you got 1 million views on your video.
Yeah, exactly. Could you imagine if you sent people, 1 million people, you know, to a
Yeah,
company, and that company paid them $1 per lead, and then you're a millionaire. And that's what we're
right.
going to crank over pretty soon and focus on that. So let's go on to um, Google AdSense.
Yeah, and
Now,
I mean that's all part of the same. I guess even your YouTube money goes into your Google AdSense account, uh, but I think of it more like, okay, well, if I have Google ads on my blog and people click on them, or the ads come up automatically, I get a bit of money. But I don't. I think maybe I don't even know if I've hit the $100 threshold in the past 15 years. I think
I know. I have over 1,000 pages, and I may get $200 a year from Google Ads. Um, Google Ads is really crazy. When it started, yes, you could make a lot of money, but that's when they launched. Now they don't convert. Their ads do not convert. I've been testing them over 20 years. They don't convert for the advertiser. So the advertisers have been leaving in like crazy with Google Ads. So it's an really interesting opportunity here because, when someone clicks on an ad, the advertiser does not have any way of following up on that person who clicked. Where when I was doing the lead program, I would send my advertiser, my brokers, the person's name, email, phone number, and exactly their request. And I never, ever had, any brokers quit on me. When I sold the business to Torstar, the Toronto Star, for, I was doing $5 per lead. Within the first year, we brought it up to $10 per lead, and then we brought it up to $40 per lead. And again, no insurance broker went off it because the lead was incredibly qualified. When I was running Google Ads to get, people to Insurance Hotline, my website platform, and I was running ads for on the newspaper and radio ads and TV ads. Every one of my ad revenue budgets, I ended up doubling and tripling, except for my Google ads, because it never ever, even in the back days, could turn a profit. It was crazy. And then when I started to test the Google ads, I would put a Google ad up and call a friend from, another province or state, and I said, could you just click on this ad like right at this time? And then I would go back to check the click, and it would not be there. Wow. And then Google would say something like, well, sometimes during some days we, give, free times or we discount rates. And it was impossible I had done test over test over test, proving that they were not tracking the leads. They were not giving me what I deserved for putting their ad on my website that would kick someone off my website and pay me. So I know Google ads don't work for advertisers, and they don't work if you're promoting that product. Unfortunately, because people are so brainwashed through these companies like Facebook and YouTube and Google saying, oh, just put your content on our websites and make money through ads. They make money because you put your content on their websites, and you get your people to look at your tribe to watch your videos or read your content. And they make money from your content by clicking on ad revenue that they don't ultimately share with you to any great degree. So there you go. That's my rant.
Huh.
And it's, after 20 years of doing this, I know exactly what the game is. Models, subscription pages. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah. Can I just take a quick break? My mom's just leaving, and I want to say goodbye to her. Can I call you back in a couple of minutes?
Can we pick this up?
Sorry, what's that? She's gone. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, let's just continue on. Okay, good. Okay. It's just that I'm trying to make a 4:00 appointment.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So model subscription pages.
Yes. Yeah, like there's pages where people can have like a page, like a fan page, where people subscribe to be able to message them or see photos that they're not posting online. And then I found a site that'll pay you a cut of it if you get the models to sign up through your link. And so I was talking to some Instagram influencers and said, hey, do you want to make money from your pages and stuff? And then so I've tried doing that, and I got, I think, 4 models to sign up, because it's a very complicated process to get approved for the sites, and they've got to submit ID and all this stuff. And then, I've made no money from that. I think one of the models made she had a few subscribers and made some money, but I don't think I've even hit the threshold that they would do a payout yet. So
Interesting. Yeah. A
a
lot
lot
of people. Yeah. I'm
yeah,
listening.
a lot of work for nothing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've found that I have put in hours and hours to get a specific company to, um, that approve me, and I would send them leads, and you know, just did not work. I was much better off just making a deal with somebody I knew, you know, with a business that I was recommending. Social media for small businesses. Explain what this is. This is interesting.
Oh, well, I thought, maybe that would be a way of making money, um, to Ty Lopez is one of these gurus, and he talks a lot about, get businesses who don't have Instagram or don't have social media. Maybe they would pay you $1,000 to $10,000 a month to do their social media for them. So he teaches a course about how to start a social media marketing agency. And I thought, well, maybe I could, I've done advertising over the years. I've written
Mm-hmm.
ads for the biggest brands in the world. I could do that. And so, yeah, I've randomly messaged companies just saying, hey, well, I mean, the problem is if I message somebody on Instagram, they've already got an Instagram. So whoever's running that isn't going to say, yeah, we want you to do it. So you'd have to contact companies that don't have social media, I guess. So yeah, now I'm wondering who I even asked about it. I guess sometimes when I do interviews in a farmer's market or a St. Lawrence market or something, I'll be like, hey, I'll film a little thing for them and I'll say, would you want me to do more videos for you? And they're like, yeah. And I think over the years I just forgot to follow up, especially if they don't have an email address and it's a phone number I've got to call. Like some farm said, yeah, you could call my mom and ask about it. And I don't know, it gets complicated because it is a lot of work if you're actually going to run the page and you've got to answer the messages from the public, or you've got to do regular posts. Like my plan still is like if I could get 5 clients to give me $1,000 a month, okay, now I'm making 5,000 a month and I could be posting for all their things, but it's not as easy as it sounds to get people to say, okay, do my social media. I think a lot of people don't necessarily want it or care, and it's hard to justify
Yeah.
why they'd be paying for it. Like, why does a hotel need an Instagram page, or how is a restaurant going to benefit from having one, and then is it Instagram, is it Twitter, is it Facebook, and eventually how much time does this take to do? Because I know it takes a lot of time for me just to manage my own. Like, could I be managing a restaurants, and then how much money would it be worth? Do I want to spend all my days posting things on it? But anyways, that's gone nowhere. I thought it would be a good idea, and maybe it still is. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, you're right. Because then now you've got an online business, but you're not really working for yourself. You're working for 5 other companies on a platform which would probably, like you said, Instagram, they can't even get leads from that other than, I guess, general awareness.
Yeah,
It's
so it's
put there,
so it's hard to track it. They'll just be like, I don't know, is this worth it? We've got 100 followers. Like, not that many people want to follow a business anyways. Who's following the local pizza place to see what they say about pizza? Like, they're not going to get that much from it. And a lot, is anybody ever going to go buy a slice of pizza at this place because they found their Instagram? It probably doesn't make any sense anyways. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to justify. And if it's not me in the videos, then it's not really advancing my brand at all. I'm just working for a few bucks to be promoting them. And if it does work, I'm not benefiting from all the traffic. I'm just getting whatever little money I'm getting. So I might as well just go be working at an ad agency again. Like, it's
For
other
more
than
money. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's, and that's really, really an interesting thing. I remember someone got an income activator website platform from Botswana or something, like some weird, area, and she was saying that she wanted to put, ads on, like affiliate ads, and she showed me this one website that, had all kinds of ads from motorcycles to dogs to rocks to like everything, right? And I said to her, I said, what, what's your background? What do you do? And she said, well, like, I'm a midwife, I'm a nurse, I help deliver babies. And I said, well, you probably know a lot about babies and people need to know that information. Why don't you start a website on something and send yourself, business and, other people that are in that industry business. So she set up So now she's working on a website. It's beautiful. It's a fertility website in 3 sections: how to get pregnant, what to do when you're pregnant, and after birth. And she's got this directory, and it's, she's never even created a website before, but now she's got, a really nice directory, sending leads to herself, which she wants, and to other businesses. And as other businesses, let's say there's a nutrition company that's, one of the businesses that she's sending leads to. What they're doing is they're creating the page on their directory, and when she gets that page done, she emails it to them and says, okay, so there's always money in your list. Why don't you just send this out to your list? And their list may be 10,000 people, which then she gets that audience to her website that she would have never gotten before. that are hiding in plain sight.
Have a good meeting.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye.